Hello everyone, welcome to another relatively easy build. This one is for No Nonsense Knowhow. Now when we sent the request over to Chris, I thought he'd come back with, do the International Dump Truck, or what about the 67 Cadillac Convertible? He chose the Torino Elite. Very well sir, we'll get on it. I've never been a big fan of Starsky and Hutch anyway. I'm also not personally a fan of this particular body style, and I couldn't really figure out why he'd want this one done over the rest of his projects, but then I started doing my research. It turns out that this car is a landslide of memories for he and Jen. If you'd like to know more, go check out the original videos on NNKH. It's a very cool road trip / revival series. Anyway, this build isn't going to be terrible. First, of course, I'm going to have to pull the pegs. After that, I'll remove that ridiculous gumball machine from the roof and get it into the goo. Then I'll have to figure out what to do about the headlights. You see, the only major difference that I can see between an Elite and the Torino is that the Torino has 4 headlights, the Elite only has 2. I might be able to 3D print them, I might have to wind up reshaping what's there, I just don't know yet. Disassembly on it hasn't been terrible, but there are a lot of little components that need to come off before it goes into the goo. The headlights and grille on the original model are plastic inserts. I just can't seem to get them out. That could make things either more difficult or easier. I'll let you know when I get there. The taillights are the last things that have to go before I send it off to the goo. And there we are. Let's get it stripped. And just like that, 3 minutes in and we're already off to polishing. Speaking of which, after a good polishing, I'll get onto primer and paint, then figure out what to do about the vinyl top. I have a crazy idea about that just might work. I almost forgot about the hole in the roof and the headlight bezels. Oops. I'll fill them in with super glue and grind them down once they're dry. After that, I'll start on primer. Chris and Jen really put some effort into cleaning up the Elite, so I'm going to do the same. Once I've got a couple of good coats of primer on it, I'm going to break out the Ford Factory Red. My plan for the roof does include these 2 side windows. I'm just not sure how I'm going to do it. I'll get there soon enough. See? Ford Factory Red. It's tractor paint, but it's still Ford Red. This is the kind of build that makes us see the need for a paint booth. I'm not going to change the rims because I haven't had time to figure out the axles for Greenlight models yet. Instead, I'm going to cheat. I'll fill in the gaps on these 5-star rims, then cover them with silver to match the rims on Chris and Jen's car. It's not perfect yet, but I'd say it's 85%. Remember how I said that I had a plan for the vinyl top? Here it is. This is a scrap of white decal paper. Even without a decal, it's still technically a decal. I'm going to cut out the entire vinyl top from one piece of it. What could go wrong?
Someone save me from all I've done. Please don't blame me for all my thoughts. 'Cause everything we can see is just a joke, nothing more. Everything we call it truth suddenly will kill us all. Can't find the speed is deep inside of me. Wasting time, but it's fine.
Once it's dry, I'll cut the windows out and paint the chrome trim. Like so. I'll touch up a bit of the engine bay, then the engine. After that, I'll put the engine in, install the hood, then the passenger compartment and the dashboard. That's kind of starting to look like something. A couple more decals and some grill work, and I think we're ready for the glamour shots.